it's technology, and you can never trust it. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
You can just hope that things roll the way that you expect them to roll, and the rest, you just, you have some control over it, but things happen, and like I say, technology, it's a double-edged sword, because it can be used for good and be used for evil. So
that's so true.
You're using it for great things,
right.
And so I feel like maybe that's why we got another opportunity to do it. So here I am.
Thank you. I know, right? What if we got like too smart? I don't want singularity.
Well, I think we're past that point, Fatal.
Well, yeah, you're right.
With algorithms, I mean, now we're just letting technology just kind of dictate what's happening for us. I mean, for example, the number one thing is like GPS. How many people have not fucked something up because they're following the GPS?
Right.
You know what I mean? And maybe not. It's not always a drastic thing that happens, but definitely, as humans in 2019 and going on, like, we're becoming more and more independent on technology.
Yep.
The beauty about being an artist, like yourself and many other in the city, is that a lot of us can resort to things that don't necessarily involve too much technology. You know what I mean?
We create it.
Exactly. Myself, most of the things, and I say we earlier because I'm just putting this all in the pot, but I mean, I like drawing and stuff like that. I'm not very good at it, but what I do specifically, my passion, yes, I rely a lot on technology. So with that being said, that's why we're here. You know what I mean? I appreciate you having me. But definitely, anytime that we get to hang out and just chop it up, as they say, it's a good time with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure. I mean, just talking with you last time. I mean, I knew that we could reproduce the same type of vibe, like sure. I wasn't afraid of that, but it was like, damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, before I jump in, I just need to say thank you to your beautiful daughter, Jahida, who painted me this.
Ooh. Look at that.
Look, we got the heart. It says F is for Fable. But you know what? It's okay. She can call me that.
She didn't ask. I've always just, it's always been just a verbal thing.
Oh, yeah.
She's never seen it. She knows how to read, and
Aww.
Obviously she knows how to spell, but she's never really seen your name on paper. And she's a very visual person. She's picked up a lot off of, my genes, per se. She really loves the visual representation of things, and so she went ahead and made you this. I know she had made you a previous. I think we're good, right?
Oh yeah! Wow, yeah. She's gonna love this episode.
Definitely. I mean, I really wanted her to. I gave her the idea to recreate the original drawing that she made for you of Odie.
Oh.
Yeah. So she didn't want to do that for some reason, and I think it is what it is. So she went ahead and made that for you.
That's so sweet.
And then, but let's not forget, Fatal. She stuck to her word and gave my daughter 2 paintings, and she appreciates them a lot.
Well, I'm just so glad that you were patient about the whole thing, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. But like painting for me, I don't know, maybe because photography is my first love, like I'm still intimidated by it because it's, just, at least with photos, you could take an image and just like develop from there. Whereas like painting, it's like, wow, everything's from scratch. So yeah, I had to really be in the mood and motivated to paint that. Cause damn, like I just started painting last winter, I believe. And I paint like an 8-year-old. So that's probably why she likes it.
No. Well, it's your style. Don't worry. I mean, I think it's the love and the energy that counts.
Yeah.
From artist to artist. Some people don't understand what that means, but I think in the artist community, we definitely appreciate when something comes from the heart, because it's definitely not always about the big picture, what it looks like. Art is only an opinion. You know what I mean? Art is everyone's individual opinion, and there's no wrong or right answer. Now everybody criticizes and does whatever, but I think as people we need to learn to understand that we only need to value the opinion of people that we maybe respect or look up to or admire, you know what I mean? And if you go by those standards, then I think that, you know, you'll learn to be acceptive of certain criticism about your work, you know? I just know that some people get bummed out, you know, because, you know, people bash their work, you know, and whether it's music, whether it's, you know, physical art, you know, and to me, it's kind of like, man, like, these people must really be looking for a way of acceptance, which is okay, you know, if that's what you're searching, but understand that you're not going to please everybody, you know what I mean? I'm teaching my daughter to be more independent, you know. I'm happy, and I'm very thankful to God that she done picked up on the creative side of things. She loves to, you know, sculpt and do all kinds of things, build things with her hands, and I push her to do it, you know. If she wasn't interested in it, I probably wouldn't push it, but, you know, I'm glad that she likes it, you know. She's always watching, for number one, you know, the kids nowadays all they watch is YouTube videos, and she's past the point to where she watches other kids play with toys. She still does it, but you know, she's like gotten off of that a little bit, and now she's more looking into like do-it-yourself type of videos. You know?
Cool.
So she likes to make like her own what do you call that?
Slime.
Yeah, slime, stuff like that. And so, you know, that's where most of her you know, extra money or allowance, whatever you want to call it, that's where that goes.
What's her allowance? What do you give?
There's
Okay.
Yeah, just,
we wait till Christmas.
She's just like, I want this, and we kind of got to get it. So we're like, all right.
You're allowed to get it. That's
That's your allowance. You're allowed this and then, you know, and it's cool because, I mean, usually it's my wife taking her, you know. I'm always busy, so I rarely get to do those types of things with her. But definitely, my wife says, you know, she's actually leading when they go to the, you know, craft shop or wherever they go, and she, you know, picks out what she wants and everything. So my wife kind of, the only role she plays is paying. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you know, not to deviate off of the subject that we were on, but definitely, you know, art is definitely an opinion, in my opinion, right?
Yeah, so. It's very subjective, and you can't get mad. Like, if someone, it's just a matter of taste. It's, you know, like you said, opinion. Like, and if you're getting a reaction from it already, you've already done your job as an artist because you felt something. And if you really hate it, you don't have to like be a dick about it. It's just like saying I like the color red and you like the color blue, and I think blue is ugly. Like, you know, shit like that. It's just, grow up.
Right. Well, I mean, I think. Like you're saying, how should I put this? I mean, it goes back to what I'm saying. You know, it depends on what your purpose is. Why do you do it? You know what I mean? If you're doing for self-fulfillment, then, you know, what does it matter what the next person thinks? Because you're doing it for yourself, you know. And I think just like we're in an age now to where, you know, anybody can try to pick up that hobby of being an artist, you know, if you want to put it as a hobby, whatever you want to classify it as. But, you know, now we have, again, technology that allows us to do different things with art. You know what I mean? I know when I first got into, you know, film and all that, you know, the first thing I touched was like Photoshop, you know, and we were manipulating photos and stuff like that. And the video stuff came afterwards, I guess, when I really felt like I wanted to get serious about it. But, you know, to me, the work I do for the artist, man, it fulfills my soul because, you know, I work with artists that appreciate and respect what I do, you know, and, you know, there's a lot of people that approach me and they don't really know what I'm about, I guess, and they're just kind of like, you know, somebody threw my name out, so that, you know, they try to see what's going on, and I try to educate them and say, hey, you know, am I the right person for your song? You know, am I the right person for your project? In other words, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, and you know, if I was one of those people that always got offended, you know, I'd be crying like, you know, whatever. But you know, it's you know, not everyone clicks together. You know, and to me. When I try to work with an artist, that's the first thing I got to do is meet them and make sure that the energy is correct. And if it is, then you know, we can at least go to the next step, which is talk about what your ideas are.
Right.
You know, because to me, it's you know, I'm spending, you know, a good amount of time working, you know, for an artist, you know, whether I do a visual, a short doc, whatever may be the case, you know, that's a lot of time I'm putting into them. You know what I mean? And to me, the first thing when I look at at a project that an artist presents to me, I don't necessarily look at the value of what I'm gonna put on the project as far as monetary compensation. To me, I first got to analyze how long is this going to take me, and I have to be according to it, because like we're speaking, you know, I have a family and all that, and so if I'm not at home with my daughter, you know, spending good time and with my wife, my family, whatever, then, you know, I have to compensate somehow, you know, and I mean, my time is worth something, you know what I mean? And not everyone feels the way that I do, but to me, it's like, you know, I'm very passionate about what I do. And definitely I'd like to, you know, do this for the rest of my life, but, you know, we have to learn to value ourselves if that's what you're wanting to do. You know what I mean? Like yourself, you know, you're more of a free spirit, you know what I mean? You do it because you really love it. And not to say that I don't love what I do, but to me, I'm not in a position to where I can just waste my time, you know what I mean? And I've done that. I've done that so many times in the past, and, you know, we all have to learn from every situation that we're put in, whether it's a great result from it or whether it was not such a great result from it. To me, I feel I learn more from downfalls than I do, you know, being up here, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, people like you definitely make me see a different perspective about the art culture, you know what I mean, at least here in Austin. You know what I mean? And so, you know, for me, like, I appreciate people like you because, you know, there's no dollars that you look at, you know what I mean? And that's cool. Like, I wish I could do that, but I can't, you know what I mean? And so, with that being said, like, look what you've done, you know, and I'm sure you don't get paid to do any of this shit. So definitely, man, I mean, you know, to me that, how should I say, to me that shows a lot, because you could have just, like, done the simplest thing and just been like, we're cool with that, you know what I mean? I see you guys, you know, you guys are progressing every time that I see a show, every time that you know, I see anything about social media. Like the other day, I know you spent money on your hard drive, you know what I mean? So you're investing into your soul, you know what I mean? Again, if the self-fulfillment thing is for you, then that's perfect. I feel that eventually you're gonna get what you want out of what you're doing for not just yourself but for other people. You know, you're creating a platform for myself and other artists, and you know, who knows who you're gonna have on next. You know, so far you've had like a little bit of everything, and that's cool, and that's what I love about the Fatal Overdose.
Thank you. Wow. Aw, thank you. Like, no one's ever said something that nice to me.
Come on, don't say that.
No, but for real though,
I find that hard to believe.
Really?
Yes, I
do.
Well, because you're a good soul, and you know, every time that we've, you know, had a chance to collaborate or just chat or talk about ideas, man, it's always just been good positive energy from you. You know, so far, you know, you've never let me down. So you know, you've got involved with my family, and that's dope. You know, that means the world almost.
For sure. I really appreciate that. Like, I don't know. For me, I need to keep doing something.
For sure.
And I try everything. And I know that I suck at it, and I'm always hard on myself, but it's like I could not be doing something, you know? Like, I started writing. I wanted to, like, document this whole experience with the podcast journey, because, like, it's one thing talking, but like I like reading, so I want to be able to read it and see, like, oh wow, that happened. I forgot that malfunction. You know, things that you won't be able to see on camera. It'll be nice, and it's a nice outlet. So that's one thing I'm doing again too. Like,
I mean, we definitely need to analyze what we do,
right?
And there's no better way to do it than, like you're saying, you know, documenting things. Because I mean, we're so bombarded with, you know, everything in life, you know, that sometimes the things that really matter escape us, because at the time we don't give it importance. At the time we feel that it's irrelevant, or maybe at the time we're in a position to where, you know, we don't give it importance, but it really is important to us as a general concept. So yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, you guys keep progressing, so definitely you've got the will and the drive, and along with your team, you know, you guys are gonna make things happen. So definitely I can't wait to see what the show develops into.
Thank you.
I mean, different ideas, different concepts, whatever may be the case. I mean, I like what you guys are delivering for sure.
Thank you. It's more fun, if anything.
For sure.
Like,
that's the purpose.
I don't see any type of like business plan with this whole thing. Okay. I'm just like, I know some cool people. We talk some really great conversations, and you know, I think it would be entertaining on a screen, and then like I get to do film editing. Like it's fusing two things that I really like. It's like creating and, you know, being with quality people. Plus, I don't gotta leave my house. You guys can just come over. For sure.
I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know, you get to manage your time a lot better. You know, I mean, definitely. You know, like I said, I can't wait to see who else you bring in here, because I know, you know, you guys know people in the community. You know, so I mean, I'm hoping that I just get hit with just left hooks and uppercuts and just from all different angles. You know. And so far, that's kind of how it's been. Cool. You know, obviously, you're always going to pertain to, like, the artistic thing as a whole. Right. But, you know, I feel that with the type of person you are, like, we could expect anything. You know what I mean? Yay. And so that's what I'm looking for. Right?
Thank you.
And so I guess I'm challenging you to see how you can be. You know, like I said, what was your first episode about?
Mistress Primrose. Dominatrix. Yeah, I thought that was a very good choice for a first episode because it was interesting.
It set the bar.
Yep, it did. And then it was and then Sunny was hilarious.
Good dude.
And then Gio, of course. Yeah, that was a fun conversation.
Definitely. Well, you know,
I'm gonna put this back here
because
I like the blue, the light. Sorry. Thank you. Jahida. What were you saying?
Lost my train of thought.
I'm so sorry.
No,
oh, Gio. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you know, definitely Giovanni's an artist that I work with pretty heavy in the past. You know, we did some good work, and you know, I'm proud of everything that we've done.
Yes.
You know? I definitely you know, working with that cat, I definitely had like the freedom to create a lot of things. You know, the energy was always positive. And so definitely, you know, everything that we put out, I feel I delivered with the most accurate energy, you know what I mean, pertaining to the situation. In particular, of course, the video that you helped us with. And so that video was great. That was a great experience. We definitely had fun because we had so many people involved. And to me, like, that's what it's supposed to be about. You know, for me, a video production is supposed to be about multiple people, multiple energies just coming together to definitely create the best of the situation. You know, so in case y'all haven't checked out the video,
what's it called again?
I forgot.
I forgot. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Gio.
No, well, definitely. I mean, that was a good collaboration because I've never done this.
Yeah.
So for that particular video, you know, I was behind the lens, and Giovanni was actually editor. We collaborated a bit on the kind of like the, how should I say, the editing concept of it, but definitely I wanted to leave it in his hands because from what I gather, you know, it was a pretty important project for him as far as the song is concerned.
Yeah.
And so that's why I guess maybe that's why he decided to try to bring everybody together and make it happen the way it did. You know,
I don't mean to. I'm
You're
just.
Good. You busy, girl.
I need to.
While she's texting,
I'm listening. Trust me.
And while she's doing
no,
Instagram,
I'm looking for it.
Hey, shout right? Yeah, do your homework. Shout out Jim McKay, JMK. Pictures. That guy is the dopest dude on the lens as far as photography. one of the dopest. I'm not gonna say the dopest because no one deserves that title. So he is very, very talented. We also had who else came out? Of course, Fatal. We shot up at the domain. We didn't get kicked out, so that's great. Who else was there? Good friend Scooter was in there, just behind the scenes. Just I still remember like it was yesterday, pretty much. But definitely great times, of course, with great people.
And I found it.
What is it? Drop it.
BPLM.
There we go.
It was Backpage Lives Matter.
Yeah. We see the thing about that is like that we tried to angle it in so many different ways, and it kind of ended up in the perfect sense because I don't know. To me, the color grading was great. Yeah, he chose a great color grading for it. And the story, we collaborate on the story. The story was, I feel like maybe not everyone understands it, but definitely the story was great.
Oh, it was great. Like it all just came together. I liked the beginning, the middle, and the end. It all like tied in, and the door slam at the end. It was like the perfect timing.
Walking out, yeah. Yeah. I mean, definitely, that's one of the many videos that I've definitely invested not only my time but my energy into. I do that with all the artists that I work with.
It shows.
I mean, the way I see it, if an artist, I don't run into this issue too much anymore. But at one point, I was having, and it sucks, but I was having to sit there and look at the artist and see how much effort he's putting into it. And if the effort isn't equal to what I'm doing, then I'm like, what's going on here? Why do I care more about your project than you do? And I'm like, damn, that's pretty screwed up. But I don't put myself in those positions anymore because, I'm more careful about who I work with, because to me, I'm trying to get to the next step, and I'm going to get there, but I have to be disciplined, what I mean? And just like you, I mean, you have freedom to do whatever you want, but and so do I to a certain extent. But you always want to deliver what the artist kind of envisions, if the artist has a vision. If not, then it's all up to me, and I'm all right with that, because I like to give an artist my perception. A lot of artists nowadays, like, they really respect me and come to me and they're like, hey, I want to see what you think. And, I don't always just want to make it about me because it's not my song. You know what I mean? I can always say, hey, this is how I perceive it. Like, what do you think? What is your input about what is your opinion about what I just said? You know what I mean? And if that works, we can gravitate and go off of that foundation pretty much.
Right. There's that one video that I saw you did, and I'm so sorry, I don't remember the name or.
It's okay. Whatever. What's it about?
Where it was in a cemetery.
I shot quite a few in the cemetery. Oh, sorry. Not a lot. Just like 2 or 3. Who's the artist? Do you know that? What does it look? What does the artist look like?
I think he was Mexican.
Okay. Well, I did a.
Well, like, it looked like it was also in his house too. Like, it started in a cemetery, I think on a tombstone maybe, or and then there were family photos.
Yeah.
And stuff.
No, that's Cyrus McKenzie. Big shout out. That's an artist out in Temple area.
Okay.
He's not Mexican.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He might have looked Mexican, but he's definitely not.
My bad.
Mexican.
I'm so sorry.
But he's a good dude.
Okay.
He's a good dude. I'm sure he wouldn't gotten offended by it. He's laid back cat, and actually, that day I went out we shot in Temple, Killeen, what's the other town out there? Either way, like we kind of just covered that whole area up there, and it was dope, man, because like his family was supporting him and stuff, and like, man, that's one video that I it's kind of stuck in my head, and I mean the production part of it, because like his song was so crazy. He was saying in the song, he talks about how he was fucking up back in the day, right? And he talks about how like I don't know if the song really gets, I don't think the song gets too much into detail about it, but definitely he was telling me how, he was fucking up and he was going into like stores and just grabbing cases of beer and running out. So on one of those occasions, like, I guess he got caught up with the police and he started fighting the police and all this and that. So to me, that stuck out, and that's one key point that I touched in the video. But yeah, again, big shout out Cyrus McKenzie and his good lady, man. That girl, you know, she's a good lady for him. I appreciate that girl holding him down, because I feel like she's made him a better person, and not just that, she cares about her health, and that's what I'm about. I'm being hypocritical right now. But, anyways,
no, but I really like the vibe of it, and you felt it was very like emotional and powerful, and you could feel it. And that's what I like with your movements too. Like, I think I showed you that one video, but that was K-pop, so that's a whole different game. But didn't you also just shoot a dance performance? Or was it someone else?
No.
Okay. Someone, like, there was... No, okay. Maybe that was just, like, a story of where you were at that moment.
Maybe. Dance, I haven't done... the only person that I've done, like, dance type of choreography close is the good homie, Jay Molina. Okay. Speaking of, he's dropping a big video. I mean, I don't know when we're gonna put this out, but according to today, it's gonna drop tomorrow.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and that's an artist I've been working with for like 10 years.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah. So I mean, just, you know, I love when people stay constant. You know, I don't expect people to always work with me, but definitely it helps. You know, it helps because we develop a relationship. Exactly. And to me, that goes a long way. Yep. It helps. The thing is that I don't always just try to think about just the visual representation, but I also want to think of in the bigger sense, the bigger picture, almost like a record label would think. It's like, look, what do you need to put out right now? You know, with this certain artist, he's an exclusive to Najar Media. I will say that. And we sit and analyze and think, look, what's the move? What's popping right now? What do we need to do? And at one point, this artist was going to Puerto Rico to record his music. And, you know, not only that, but he was working with one of the hottest producers / engineers in Puerto Rico. Like, he produced for like Nicky Jams, and I'm sure he's worked with like Bad Bunny and all the artists that are really hitting in the Latin, you know, music. And so to me, I can't, no matter how much I want to strangle the kid sometimes, you know, I can't fail him. I can't just say I don't want to work with you anymore for whatever reason, because I've seen how much he's developed. You know, if we sit here and look at the video that we shot in like 2008 or 2009, and you look at what we've done now, it's kind of like, man, like, he's progressed. Not only him, but also myself. Yeah. And, you know, the chemistry is definitely there. He definitely moves around, so I expect him to really do great this year, because, you know, just alone, I mean, he goes to Puerto Rico to record his music. Not anymore, but he used to. But definitely, you know, it's like, you know, I know some artists that, like, they barely want to get in the studio, and he would take a whole, you know, 3-4 days off just to go record his music. And you know, in an island, you know. Wow, that's so drive. To me, that's dedication. Yeah. Like a drive, or?
Oh no, like you're driven. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Definitely. I was like, but definitely. I mean, yeah. You know, any artist. Again, it goes back to the same thing. Any artist that I see that's given the same energy that I am, like, I gotta respect it. You know, and there's no way around that, because at the end it'll show. You know what I mean? I'm glad to say, Fatal, that I've never had a project just like bomb, because for my half, you know, and I will say half, on my half, like, I'm gonna make it happen no matter what. If we need to go out and shoot again, then that's what we need to do. Like you did, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're here. Thank God, like, we work with people that are, you know, as driven as we are. You know what I'm saying? So you know, here I am, you know, I'm here to try to, you know, get the episode out, because we definitely deserve it, you know what I mean? So let the people know what's going on.
Right. Yeah. I wanted to be honorable. For sure. For real.
For sure. Oh, yeah, you know, I mean, it's good, you know, to me, you know, it's always good to just talk to people, and that's what I always do. You know, I got to talk to people, because that's what's going to help me in the long run, you know, and I always have interesting conversations with people, and I don't know if it's you know, just the situation I'm put into, or if it's just me always trying to get that energy out of someone.
You
know
do.
what I mean?
You're really good at it. Like when I first met you, like, well, granted, like all my friends that I make, I always just kind of assume that their separate friends are, you know, pretty chill, because I don't, you know, I don't hang out with like lamos.
Right.
But like,
yeah, who hangs out with lame people? Like, fuck. Like, if you hang out with lames, you're probably lame yourself. I mean, but that all comes down to definition of what lame is. Right?
Well, yeah.
I'm
but,
sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, like the first time that we worked together at that video shoot, like there was good chemistry among everybody. Yeah, and it was also like rainy and kind of cold and muggy.
I love those days. Though.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, oh yeah,
you know?
The overcast is good for.
To me, you know, I'm very analytical. You know, I love to analyze things and just perceive them through different angles if it's possible. And to me, like just the whole climate of the day that we worked, I mean, it set the mood. That's what we're talking about. You know, we're talking about. And by the way, like everything that I pitched to you, you brought it.
Really?
Yeah, you brought the attire. You brought. I said, girl, I need you to be bougie, and she fucking did it. She put on the shades.
My hair.
Yeah, flopping the hair, man. You know. It makes things easier for a director when someone listens, you know. Yeah. And to me, it's always like, you know, let's put it like this. You know, in the past, I've been put into situations to where I don't work with professional actors. And that's all right, because to me, I'm like, dude, I don't need you to be professional. All I need you to do is be real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, be your fucking self, because that's all I expect. You know, I'm not going to ask you to fucking act like George Clooney. Nah, man, I'm going to ask you to just create some fucking everyday shit, because I'm not going to put myself in that failure type of situation. You know, I'm not going to ask you to be George Clooney. I'm not going to ask you to be somebody you're not, you know. But I will ask you, hey, can you, you know, pick that piece of paper up, or whatever may be the case, you know, because that's everyday motions, you know. And to me, the simplicity of things is very important, you know, because not everything has to be flashy all the time. You know what I mean? And to me, I feel like that defines what I do. I don't really try to follow the trend. Because, you know, I've never done that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I may rip a couple things that I see in pop culture and stuff like that, but overall, like I can, the way I criticize myself as a director or video dude or whatever you want to label me as, is more traditional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like if I wanted to, like I could produce a video with all these flashy things and so much movements and stuff. But to me, like, you're trying to compensate for what's missing. Right. And that's my opinion. You know, if they want to bash me about that, that's fucking cool. 'Cause I'm just basing my opinion. You know, if they maybe want to compensate for what's missing. And what's missing? Substance. You know what I mean? And to me, I always try to find some type of substance to put into a video. You know, even if it's just a short story, like I want to do that. It's to me, when someone brings me a project, the first thing that captivates my attention, or I guess that's double entendre, right? Is that the right word? Captivate my attention. The first thing that how should I phrase it? Okay. When an artist brings me something, I got to look at it and say, what do I see in this? Do I see something that I can portray visually to where it's not just going to be a visual representation? It has to mean something. You know what I mean? It has to be some type of foundation behind it. And if I can do that, then I'll go to the next step and see, you know, budget and all that stuff. But if I hear the music, because mostly I get music videos, if I hear the original, you know, base of the project, and it doesn't speak to me so much, then I'll ask the artist, hey, is there another song you want to do, or something like that.
That's good.
But if there isn't, then, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'll say, hey, just hit me next time, or I can't help you with this, or whatever may be the case. But either way, man, I appreciate everybody that at least inquires about what I'm doing, you know. Because everybody's situation is different, you know. Not everybody's going to be able to work with me, and I'm cool with that, you know, because my time is scarce, you know. I really don't want to, again, put myself in a situation to where I know it's not going to flourish. One, because of the lack of determination by certain artists, you know what I mean? And so definitely, you know, I want to get pushed. I want to push the artists that I work with, because that's the only way we're going to survive. You know, that's the only way we're going to go up. And, you know, it's all up to the artists what they do after I give them the material, you know, because I would love to be that much involved with an artist like Jay Molina, you know, like again, we sit and we decide where are we sending this video to, and he targets like Italy and France. And so, like, for example, this video that's coming out, like, man, he had so much love. Like, there's like people dancing to the song in Russia. There's people in Cancun like singing the lyrics. And then there's people like Spain. There was Barcelona sent in. Obviously Austin, California, Chicago. Like, there's like 6 or 7 clips that will be at the end of this video of just like his support. And it's not Austin. Like, there's like, again, there's like maybe one person from Austin. And it's always been like that with that type of artist. It's or with Jay Molina's. His support is always in across seas, basically in Europe, you know, and that's why I say, like, the kid's gonna blow up in Europe before he does here, you know, and I'm all right with that, because, you know, he's learned to target his music in certain ways. Latin America too, he's gotten a lot of love from like Argentina is supposed to send us a clip of them singing the song and stuff. And so, you know, when you see shit like that, Fado, I'm like, damn, man, like, that means a lot, you know, that lets you know that what you're helping or what you're contributing to is manifesting. Absolutely. You know, because you see everything lining up.
Right. No, that's totally true. And I was going to say, with your videos, I think what stands out to me is I could see it's very soulful. You know, and I mean, the glam, flashy videos, like, they're all fun and all, but I like how yours is it is art. Not saying, like, you know, certain styles are not art, but I like that style of art. Like, even just comparing it to photography. Like, I shoot a lot of models, and there's a style that I have. And, like, you can be, like, naked and try to push that overly sexy, you know, but I'm probably going to choose the photo where you weren't trying hard, you know, like, so it's back to that, like, chemistry. Like, you know, I have to work with models that fit my style too. Like, I mean, even like if I do like in studio stuff with crafts, like, you know, I do like fantasy or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
So, like with what did I do? With the elf ears. And
yeah. Oh, yo. Shout out Sean. Sean was in
Craig.
it too, because that motherfucker, man, like, I see his shit and I'm like, that motherfucker is cold. Like, he's dope, man.
He is dope.
And so I'm glad that he was involved with the project. I don't think he was involved in the creative part, but he was the actor, right? I think.
Remember he was the perverted
that's
photographer.
Right, the photographer.
I kept laughing when because it's like, Sean, stop.
Right. And that's crazy, because it's like Sean, all respect, brother, because you came out and helped us, but it's like, dude, like, that fucking role fits you, man. Like, I don't know why, just because of the hair, the earring, it's just like, bro, it fit. And I'm glad that he didn't like take it personal. No. You know, because I remember telling him too. Yeah. You know, I'm glad that he didn't take it personal, because, like, look at the way the project came out. Like, it really fit everything. Like, I felt like fit. Yep. You know, great. I wish that video would have like really done a lot better than what it really did. It can
still. There's no time limit.
It can, but you know, it's up to the artist to promote it. Right. I mean, you know, that goes back to what I'm telling you. It's like, what are you gonna just let the video sit there? Like, all right, cool, you know. But I mean, you have to know how to value yourself. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm learning to not only push myself, but even more push the people I work with, because it's one thing when, you know, an artist, man, they fall in love with what you've done, and maybe I'm over exaggerating when falling in love, because if they did fall in love, they would push the fuck out of it, right? But anyways, like, if they really love what I done, then definitely, you know, it helps me again analyze what I've done for them, and if we work again, now I know what we need to do,
right?
You know, and
exactly
what we need to pursue,
right? Yep. And it's always nice to have returning artists you work.
For sure.
Because, I mean, if you make a great team and you have that chemistry, I forgot what I was going to say. I mean, it just makes it so, it makes the experience more fulfilling. I don't know. That's why, you know, I don't really charge, like, I don't make shit, right? I don't make any kind of fucking money on my photography, because it's more it's my art. Like, you're basically just, you know, the muse for it, if you will.
Right.
But like things like family portraits or weddings, things that I really don't give a shit about, like that shit I'll charge. I'm like, I ain't doing that for free. I'm sorry.
Definitely.
I get no fulfillment out of this.
Exactly. And that's where us as artists, we need to understand when it's appropriate to, you know, view a project a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, again, I've kind of taken myself out of that. You know what I mean? But for you, you know, you still want to kind of be involved with that, then that's cool, you know, because that's what's going to help you, you know, get your hard drive that you need.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That shit was $300.
I'm telling you, girl, the G-rate ain't a joke. You know, I've had plenty of those G-rates, so you're in good hands with that G-rate. So just make sure you back up everything on
Yes.
But that costs money. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's cool that you have the ability to, or better yet, you've put yourself in a position to where you can definitely pick and choose like what projects are, you know, here and what projects got to be there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so when I first started, that's how it was, Fader. Like I was really, I'm a boom bapper. I don't know if you know what that is. But definitely, like, my style of music and what I love and what I'm passionate about is definitely like the traditional, like, hip hop. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so definitely, like, I love like
Tribe Called Quest and stuff.
Shit like that. Yes, stuff. You know, music that not only makes you think, but it has substance and culture behind it. And so that's what I love. That's what I do. When I first started, like, I was just trying to do that stuff, and it's hard to find just that kind of style in Austin. And so to me, when I would run across an artist that I felt was there, like, I would probably go over and beyond to make it flourish even more, because again, that's how much I'm involved with it. You know, my thing is that I get super involved. You know, I have to, otherwise it's not me. It's not Najar Media. You know, it's not what I do. So the more discipline I have, the easier that's gonna be, because I no longer have to make that decision of, you know, what artist is really gonna push out what I'm making for them. You know, and now, like, I'm really looking at the artist like, okay, you want to work with me? Bet. Shoot me a link of what you've already done. And if I don't find anything, then, you know, it's gonna be hard for me to say yes unless, like, your song is talking to me. Like recently, I just got emailed from this guy that we've been going back and forth for a while, like, and what in a while right now means like years, you know what I mean? Like 2-3 years we've been kind of just going back and forth, things haven't lined up, and so I've never got a chance to talk, like, really work with him. I mean, and so he sent me a song. The song is called, no, I don't even remember what the song is called, but it's the song basically talks about how he works so much that his girl thinks he's cheating on him. Or no, I what do you say? I hustle so hard, my girl thinks I'm cheating on her, type shit. You know what I mean? And that shit spoke to me, man, because, like, you know, I'm out here, like, fucking all the time. You know, I don't have much time anymore to, like, really just chill with my family, unless I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna chill for you know, the next week, the next 2 weeks, which recently I've done, and it's helped me clear my mind. You know what I mean? So to any visual artists out there, man, like, take a break sometimes, because it helps whether you do, you know, physical art, whether you're doing visuals. Like, you have to learn to give time to yourself and do what you want to do besides, you know, the arts. You know, some people say it's in my blood, it's in my culture, and that's cool, you know, but, you know, maybe if you look at it in a different angle, like, do something for yourself, draw a picture for yourself, not for someone else, to view and analyze and criticize. You know, you know, there's always things that you could do just for yourself. Right. And for me, when I do that, like, it's the family thing. Second, demo reels. Like, I love putting all the videos. I love
your demo reels.
Well, I love all the videos that I just get to compile into one, like, real powerful message.
It's a proud moment too. You know, like, damn, I did a lot of fucking videos, and I don't even remember that one. You know?
You know, to me, like, I don't know, it's maybe my perception, the way I see things, but as you know, I don't just direct, you know, I shoot, and I don't just shoot, I edit. You know what I mean? So that's 3 titles kind of holding, and that's, you know, I'm not the only one that does that, trust me. But, you know, to me, it's kind of like I get so used to seeing it, you know, while I'm editing and all that, that I gotta take a break to be able to come back and say, hey, I need to fix this, I need to fix that. And it's crazy because I'll go back to, at the end of the year, I'm kind of late this year. I should have already had it out, but I haven't done a demo reel for like this year, you know, and so I'm getting to that. And so I can't wait now. Like, I've done 2 already. So I can't wait to go back now and see everything that I did last year and kind of really look at it and just pick out the good parts, because I'll see it different. You know, I'll be like, damn, that shit came out better than what I remember. Like, fuck, I did that. I'm like, damn. So, you know, it's almost like a self, you know, it's really, to me, it's a boost of confidence.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when I go back after, you know, 6-7 months that I haven't viewed the video and see it and be like, damn, like, that shit really came together. You know what I mean? Because I feel like after that much, and I do that on purpose, because after that much amount of time, I kind of forget what it really took to get there.
Yeah.
And when I see it, it reminds me, obviously.
Right.
But you know, when I go into it and start viewing, looking for good clips that I want to get out, like, you know, at that moment in time, I forget like what it really took until I like really soak it in and be like, oh shit, I forgot that happened. You know what I mean?
There's also like the opposite though too, like looking at my photos from, I don't know, even 2 years ago, and I'm like, ugh, why does it look like that? Like sometimes I'm like, damn, I came a long way. Like I really sucked back then.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fado, and it goes back to what we're saying about, you know, earlier about, you know, just holding people's opinion, giving value to people's opinion. The biggest opinion that counts is your opinion. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very hard on myself. I know I am. Because I guarantee you that after every shoot, I find something that I could have done better. You know, after the video's done, I know what I could have done better. And that lets me kind of translate that. It helps me translate that mentality or idea either to the next project for that artist or to another artist that may fit into the same style or category per se, you know. But I definitely like working with all genres, you know. I've shot obviously rap, all Spanish, you know.
You did like a beauty thing too, right?
Yes. That all that is my like commercial work as far as like I love pushing you know, small businesses in Austin. I love working with people. Shout out Beauty Couture. We just recently wrapped up a photo shoot / behind the scenes video. Sherry, she does like what is it, microblading and all that good stuff. And then one thing that I didn't know that she does is when women come down with like breast cancer and stuff like that, they have to have, what is it called? Oh man, I know what it is. I can't think of it. When they remove your breast, because it's mammogram is a test that, right? What is it?
That vasectomy.
Vasectomy? No, that's not it. Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh, mastectomy is when it's the full boobs. I think. I forgot what it was for one.
Well, that joint.
Okay.
You know, whenever women come, I mean, it's a sad thing. You know, they have, you know, they come down with the breast cancer and they gotta sometimes remove it, and it sucks, you know. So what she does, she actually goes in that motherfucker and tattoos the areolas, and you know, and so I'm like, damn.
Wow.
But to me, it's like, at first I didn't understand. When I first met her, like she just wanted to promote the Beauty Couture thing with the micro blading and all that stuff, and then she started telling me that she also does this, because she also holds a 501c3, a nonprofit for that. And she was explaining to me like sometimes the women come in there and she uplifts them just on that, you know. At first I couldn't understand, like, why does somebody need that, you know what I mean? Like, But to me, it's like, man, these people look at themselves in the mirror every day. You know, they don't. Yeah. It's not normal for them. You know, they lived. You know, how many ever years they lived up until that point to where they had to remove that. You know, and so it could definitely be a traumatizing experience. Not just because you fucking got cancer, but because you know now your body is deformed because of it. You know, and you're trying to fight all that shit. Right. And so the best thing you can do is the what is it, the cosmetic fulfillment part of it, you know, like, and I get it, you know, because we all attract to physical things, you know, and so definitely, you know, you look in yourself in the mirror every day and you know, that part of your body is missing, that's gonna fucking bum you out. So like Sherry, like she kind of fills that void for people.
That's amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
And she's out of Austin?
Yeah, she's down on like Anderson Lane.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
like right down the street?
Yeah, okay. She's dope. You know, I've helped her with her nonprofit organization, not the breast thing, because I think, you know, that's a whole nother organization she has. Recently I helped her with the something Fund a Child or something like that. Anyways, it's a 501c3, a nonprofit, to where they pretty much award students with scholarships and stuff like that. And not only for the ceremony, not only do they award them, but man, they throw like this big old show. Like, and I think this was the first year that they did it, but they did it down at the Westin. So I was like, dang, y'all got the Westin. I like the Westin. And so, you know, they threw that party down there, and man, it was great. You know, they infused the culture of Mexico into it, because like they had women pretty much doing a what is it called, a runway, right, when they
fashion
across.
Show.
Yeah, that thing, and every single girl that walked the stage, you know, had a different cultural representation of each state in Mexico.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it was pretty dope. I was like, damn, like no bullshit. You know, I'm from Mexico. I was born there. I didn't live there, but I was fucking born there. And so it's like, damn, I didn't even know that shit existed. Like, there's fucking states and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I feel kind of stupid. Yeah, because I'm like, fuck. Oh shit, you're part of Mexico. I'm like, god damn. I need to, you know, touch up on the roots, I guess, man. But yeah, you know, it's all fun, you know. Again, shout out Beauty Couture.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So you're working on. You have to work on that one video tonight that you're releasing.
Yes, with Jay Molina, we're trying to have that done tonight, because tomorrow they need the video to premiere it on Univision.
That's right.
Channel 62 here in Austin, and then hopefully after that, you know, all the other stations jump on the bandwagon and support him. You know, it kind of fucking sucks, but that's the way that shit works. You know, they're not gonna support you until everyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and it fucking sucks, because I've seen that shit fucking firsthand, and it sucks because, and I'll say this shit on air, and you know, those people who neglected my man all the time, they know who they are. You know, I don't know if they'll ever see this shit, but we got to put it in digital form at least.
Yeah.
They neglected him so many times here in Austin. He would reach out to them every fucking year. Again, 10 years we've been working. Every fucking time we put out a video, he would reach out, hey, can I come on? And they wouldn't even say no. They wouldn't even, you know, as they say, they leave him on scene, right? And so this last project that we did, not the one we're working on now, but the previous one, it was pretty big. Like, the visual was really dope. We went out to fucking Panama Beach in Florida to record out there, and when he got back, like, he didn't release it as soon as I was done with it. Like, he held it for like, I think 2 weeks, and he was just sending it to people, like, you know, markets. So he sent it to Houston. They gave him an interview, Univision. He sent it to San Antonio, and they gave him an interview in San Antonio.
Wow.
So the directors here for the entertainment part of, they're like, oh, well, everyone else is doing it. We might as well do it.
Yeah.
I would have stormed in that bitch saying, fuck y'all.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, straight up, man. Yep. And I'm sorry, but that's just the way I am. You
it's
know
like
what I mean?
They got to wait till you're somebody
For real. I mean, but that's the nature of the business, you know, because, you know, they're not going to just give a chance to anybody. Right. But, you know, to me, like, somebody that I see that's super persistent, again, like, I gravitate to that. You know what I mean? And so, and that's happened to me. That's happened to me with artists. Like, they're just, man, like, let's get one in. Let's get one in. I got to give them a chance, because I got to respect that. Because if you're really persistent just about, like, working with somebody, like, I don't know what you're capable of now, because with that type of drive, that type of drive, man. Like, you can go anywhere. Yep. You know what I mean? Even Puerto Rico, you could drive to Puerto Rico with that motherfucker. You know, so definitely, man. Energy is number one.
Yeah.
You know, energy is definitely the first thing that's got to click.
Right, and also like just sharing shit on Instagram or on Facebook, or just because you are not like impressing bigwigs yet, or you know what I mean, or what's the word I'm looking for?
You're not you don't have that fucking word I hate. You don't have clout.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Definitely. I mean, it goes both ways, and you can't do one without the other. Like the way I said, it's like I'm not gonna fucking slave myself when I see you not giving a shit.
Yep.
You know. And,
you gotta put in work.
Yeah. And again, it's up to us. Like, you know, if you're gonna collaborate with somebody, you have to make sure that they're gonna put their part in.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm working with is people that I know that they've done something and they're gonna make it happen. Yep. You know what I mean? And so, you know, Austin, you know, I've lived here 30 years, you know, and so I love the city. I can't say that I'm very happy to what it's become, but it's home to me. You know, I don't think I'll ever leave unless I really have to. Again, I don't want to move. I don't want to learn a fucking city, another city, the fucking GPS, everything. And I'm good here. Even if I, you know, get away for a moment, you know, I definitely consider Austin my home, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I think you've really built a name for yourself here. And I don't even think I mentioned your name yet, Jose, of Najar Media. It's going to, like, probably show up by your foot down there. But yeah, and that's why I'm excited for this platform, because even though, you know, I really don't have ambition to make this bigger than it already is, like, it's just my means of, like, hanging out and creating. Type of guests that I want on the show, like, I want them to be driven. I'm trying to put you on, like,
for sure.
We don't gotta talk about me, like, just hang out with me.
Of course.
But I don't know, like,
I mean, you know, the foundation is there. You know, you got a solid product, and I like it. I like the little. I was telling. I was like, I like the border y'all put. Like, I don't know fucking why, but I like it.
It's like, dark, right?
Well, no, the border that's around it.
Oh,
it makes
the lights.
It makes me want to grab some fucking scissors and cut that shit out. I'm like, I don't know.
I did that, by the way.
Dope, man. See, I like that because that adds flavor to what
it makes
you
it
are.
like a night show.
Because I mean, go around and look at other podcasts. They ain't gonna have that shit. You know, so that's what you consider an overdose. You know, to me, it's like, when you go and do something that you're saying, fuck what you think, I'm gonna do it because I like it. I like the way it looks. If you fuck with it, then I fuck with you. You know, because again, now you're in that mentality of, you know, I'm not here to please everybody. I'm just here to fucking please the right people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And trust me, like, we live in that age to where now, you know, let's say we're in 1982, and let's just say we're some rich fucking people and we have cameras, you know, we have everything accessible to do a podcast style thing. How are you gonna push that out? Mainstream media? You know, they're not gonna pick something like that
exactly
up. You know what I mean? So you can show it to your friends and be like, hey man, look what we did.
Yeah.
You know, how many people are you really gonna reach that way?
Right.
Now we have platforms like YouTube, which is where you're at. Drop it. What is it?
Fatal Overdose Podcast.
There you go. I mean, dude, that's stupid. I'm stupid for saying that because, I mean, if they watching this and they already found it, right? But embedded into their heads, Fatal, do it.
Fatal Overdose Podcast. Well, I think it's just Fatal Overdose, but
Fatal Overdose, man. Not only remember that shit, but share that shit. Tell your homies about it.
Subscribe, like.
While you having sex with your people, just blur it out. Fatal Overdose real quick, and I mean, it's gonna stick. You know.
I hope so.
You know, you creating a platform for pretty much anybody. Right?
I know, right?
So let's do it, man. You know,
it's art and entertainment, and that's pretty much everything.
Definitely. I mean, to me, the way I perceive this, whatever you got going on.
Yeah.
Just conversation. You know?
I know, that's all it is.
And it's the person that's sitting in this chair that's going to put flavor into the situation. Yeah. So everyone's going to bring just a different vibe to your show.
Totally.
But I think that's what makes your show.
Yeah.
That's what's going to end up making your show much more concrete.
Yeah, totally. Well, thank you. I really appreciate
For
that.
sure.
You know what I do want to change though? The font of Fatal Overdose.
Wow.
Like, cause I just did that last minute, and I want to like really make it cool, like Miami Vice font or something.
Okay.
But John's just like, you also want it easy to read. You don't want it.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's the thing about marketing. You know.
Yeah.
First, you have to definitely give them something that's gonna stick in their brain.
Yeah.
Like I told you earlier, once you're a household name, like shit, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You know, Michael Jordan doesn't even have the little guy. You know, his shit gonna sell regardless.
Right.
But that's what makes Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the idea is to build something that's gonna hold weight, as they say. And once you get to that point, then shit, you don't need logos. You don't need any of that.
True.
But logos help identify, because that's all humanity runs off is logos and fucking symbols and shit. So.
And this, I know it's really dorky, but you'll probably see it in the corner. On paint, it's a little drawing of my dog Odie.
Is that you?
Huh? Oh no, it was there in the last one, but like that's what we have is like kind of the logo right now.
Dope.
Kind of like Fatal Odie.
Okay, I remember. Yeah, he's sitting right next to me.
So he's always with me on the show, because if he was still alive, he'd definitely be here.
Of course.
So it's kind of a tribute to him.
Fuck.
I know, right?
Damn.
I'm gonna cry now.
Don't cry. Well, I mean, you definitely have to cherish the beautiful moments that you have with not only people but pets that you love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Pets bring energy, you know what I mean? They make you who you are in a sense as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Odie. Hey, man. Jahida drew you a picture.
I know. Thank you so much. I forgot where I put it. Because it was only on a paper, right?
Yeah, it wasn't serious. It was just, I'm going to sketch it out real quick. Because I guess that day we were chilling. Like, my daughter and I, we were chilling. And I guess you broke the news. And I was like, fuck, man, that kind of sucks. Me personally, I've had pets, but I've never really grown attached to them, because I just old school Mexican style, like fuck, I just need to be outside. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? But it's like fuck, okay. So to me, it's I can kind of comprehend that situation, because another artist, Young Thode, big shout out Young Thode, man. Like he's got the bully game, like he's trying to do things with it, and man, like. Talking to him about his dogs, it's like fuck, bro. Like you really give a fuck about these dogs.
How many does he have?
Oh shit, I don't even fucking know. Now it's like 7, 8, 9. You know, and so right now he's doing bullies, like
breeding
pit bulls. Yeah. Real One Kennels. Shout out. He just got. So now I guess it's add one more. He just got a what is it? No, not Dobermans. What's the ones that are fatter, look like them, same colors?
Staffy?
No. Oh. Like Doberman Pinschers, they're the same color, brown and black. But Rottweilers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so now Real One Kennels bringing out Rottweilers.
Wow.
So, and again, that's another artist, another exclusive artist in Heart Media. Yeah. So, definitely, man. I've never really grown attached to an animal like that, but definitely I can understand like how that means something to someone, because. We all need somebody at times,
right.
And I understand how the loyalty of a dog, can mean so much to someone. Yeah. And that's, his perspective pretty much.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know it sounds really cheesy, but I always say that Odie's my soulmate.
No, it's all good.
Because, like, when I first walked into the Austin Animal Center, he was the very first dog I saw. And I didn't even want to pick up a dog that day. I was just like browsing with my ex-husband at that time, and like we just like connected. And so like after first seeing him, we walked throughout the entire facility. I didn't like any other dogs, so I came back to him and I was like, "Can we take him out? I want to see what his temperament is like." And he's a pit bull, so he could be unpredictable. But when me and my ex walked him to the play area, like. A line of like, I don't know, 15 pit bulls were just like barking at him at the fence, and Odie's just like, didn't pay no attention. I was like, that's my dog.
Yeah.
Like, you just know, right?
Yeah,
like, he didn't even flinch. He didn't give a fuck. Like, I just want a chill dog. He never barked. And when he did, it was probably like at squirrels, but...
Shit, get rid of the bullshit, Fada. You know, as people, we gotta learn to get rid of the bullshit. Because it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Distractions are fucking everywhere. And, you know, the busier you get, the easier it becomes to get rid of the bullshit. Trust me, Fada. You're like, fuck you, dude. Like, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Not just fuck you, fuck your mom, man. Like, sometimes, like, just...
Yeah.
No, that's a whole different conversation. No.
I am
You know what? Odie's made you a better person. Let's just
absolutely.
leave it at that. And so how old was he? I don't think I ever asked when you got him.
Oh, he was 6, and then he passed away around 12.
He was 6 years old?
Yeah.
So he was already big.
He was already adult, yeah. He was a big boy.
Okay, I thought you had him as a puppy.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
still,
that's not good.
What, now you say 12 human years or
12 his years. So he only was with me for 6 years.
Okay, because I'm fucking confused about dogs' ages and humans. I'm like, bro, like, the dog is 3 because I've had him for 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. I don't do the times 7.
Right. Fuck all that. So, okay, so you had him for 6 years?
Yeah.
6 human years?
6 human years.
So he lived to be 12 human years.
Yeah.
So what does that translate? 12 times 7, right?
Right.
Fucking
don't make me do math on
I'm
here.
not.
What the fuck?
Let's just say 100. Let's just say 100, man. Shit. I mean.
That's 84, right? No,
I'm not gonna do the math. I don't care. Fuck it, man. He was 100.
Don't hold me to that.
He was an OG, man. He was an OG. Yeah. That's why I ain't putting no numbers out because I'll fuck it up.
But yeah, I mean, fuck. I couldn't even handle a puppy if I wanted one. I just don't have the patience for it. Okay. So I wanted to adopt a rescue. I wanted to make sure they were housebroken and super chill. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like make us about Odie.
No. Hey, it's part of the overdose.
That is, I know, right? I just won't shut up about random shit.
No. Don't ever apologize for what you talk about on here because that's, you know, it's our conversation. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and not our, but, you know, whoever's sitting in this chair. Don't edit none of that shit.
Oh, no. I never want to. Like, sometimes I'll edit by request of the guest, but I should, like, really... you know, enforce that, like, whatever you say.
Tell him, Fatal, you shouldn't have said that shit.
I know, right?
It's like, I'm just fucking drag and drop, export, whatever it is. Cut the ins and the outs, right? And let's go.
I don't want it to be, like, interviewee. We're just talking. That's what makes a podcast.
Yeah. That's why I love the way, kind of like, and, you know, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
But I listen to, like, quite a few podcasts, and none of them are visual. They're all just audio. Sonic, right? Mm-hmm. So... there's one podcast in particular that I really like just because it's my style. Like everything they talk about interests me, you know. And so they kind of do what you do, you know, just intro into like just a natural form of the conversation. I think that's dope, you know, because that kind of sets the mood to what you do, you know, as a whole. It's like it ain't no script, you know. You didn't hit me up and say, hey, we're gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
Like, nah, it's just what it is. And for the most part, the majority of the podcasts I've been on, like, that's how it is. And that's why I like it. I could never do something scripted. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that's scripting shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that's supposed to write down how you're supposed to act in the video. So I don't want to be like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, definitely it's freedom to come onto a podcast with people like you and just, you know, shoot the shit, as they say, right?
Yep. Thank you for coming. Again, I'm going to keep... I don't know, like, I felt like I was annoying you after, you know, I told you what had happened with the footage, but, man, I felt like texting you, like, every half hour, like, I'm sorry, are you mad at me still?
No. Like I say, man, I mean, if the technology thing wasn't in the way, I'd be like, goddamn, Fatal.
I know.
But I mean, you can put it all on the technology, and I'm all right with that, because, again, it's happened to me, you know, I've accidentally deleted, you know, certain shots and shit. Damn. And I'm like, fuck, man, let's do that shit again.
Yeah.
And sometimes it turns out better, sometimes it doesn't, you know, but, you know, mistakes are going to happen. You know, sometimes, again, with technology, you cannot have 100% control of it.
Right.
You know, so you're relying on technology to give you what you want, in a sense. And it's like, most of the time it works. Because, again, you know, I don't think I've ever had a video that just kind of like just didn't work out, you know. I've always done my best to just push it out, and that's kind of what you've done, you know. I mean, I'm here, you know. I really, like, I was being honest. I was like, Fado, I'm fucking busy. Like, I don't know when I'll have time. Like, I hope that I can go ASAP. And so here we are. We're back at it again, you know.
And actually, I feel good about this one. I feel like the second time around is... I mean, the first one was really good, but, like, wow.
Well, I told you. I was like, fuck. Now I'm going to be like, damn. I think we talked about this last time, so I don't want to talk about it. But no, I think everything, like, you know.
Okay, like our last conversation, in case y'all want to know what we talked about ketchup. and fast food, like Whataburger.
And then sponsors that we need to get for you. You know, it's spontaneous, and of course, you know, this is new to both of us. You know, this situation, obviously, and so it's kind of like we got to learn to flow with the punches, and that's how life is, you know, because no matter how fucking hard you try to control shit, like it doesn't work that way, you know. We've got to learn to adapt to our environment, you know. We got to learn to adapt to our situations that we're faced with. And then especially being in this shit, you know, being put into situations that are very spontaneous. You know what I mean? Like, shit, you don't never, like, you know, I've never canceled on an artist, but motherfuckers have canceled on me like the day prior, and I'm like, man, you done fucked the mood up. You don't. I mean, and they always have a good excuse, but I'm not gonna sit there and dig to see if it's true or not. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, this is your fucking project, man. Like, if I'm bummed, I hope you're fucking pissed, you know. But it doesn't. I can't really tell that you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I have this rule where if you flaked on me, like, it's your responsibility to hit me up again if you still want to work together, because that shows me something. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, I'm just gonna ghost you.
I mean, I took their money.
I ain't missing nothing.
They're gonna fucking hit me back because I got their fucking money. And it's like, motherfucker, we either gonna finish or what's up, you know? But yeah, definitely, you know, I hold people accountable to their actions. That's number one, you know. I hear a lot of that, Fado, all the time. Y'all, I do this, we do that. I got this clout, I got that fucking movement, and it's like, dude, don't ever, like, the people that fucking talk the most shit, you know what I mean? Those are the people I test the most.
Yes.
And it's not an arrogant thing. It's not a thing of, like, I want to prove something to you. No, it's like, you know, you're out here claiming certain things. I'm going to make sure that that's true. And if it is, bam, like, we're golden. If it's not, then who's going to look like a sucker? You know what I mean? It ain't me, because I'm following through with everything that I promise. You know what I mean? What is it? Sometimes I'm not gonna fuck it up. I'm not even gonna say it. But basically, I over deliver but under predict or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna say, man, I'm gonna give you your project in 2 fucking months, and I give it to you next week or whatever. You know what I mean? So just surprise, spontaneous, just kind of like, damn, okay, bet. So, yeah. Yeah,
I like that. And when you're really passionate about a project and you're so excited, you'll get that shit done.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
I can't stand when photographers take forever to give me photos. Anyway, okay. That's why I just shoot myself now.
Right, there you go.
Like, I don't give a fuck if my Instagram is just me and, like, the podcast, whatever. Like,
what do you shoot on now, by the way? Just to get into that shit now.
Oh, I mean, I just have a Canon T3i.
Why you say like that?
Because it's super old and, like, it's
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I started when I started my own shit. I started with T2i.
Oh, wow.
And I love that camera.
Yeah, it had a video. Oh,
yeah. I think it was a T2i. Shit, it's been so long. T2i or T3i?
Because what are they at now? I think it stopped at like 6.
Yeah. I don't think
something.
they had. I don't know. I don't think that was a Rebel series. I don't think they've done that anymore. Yeah. I left Canon, girl.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, you have a
Sony.
Oh, okay.
I love Sony. Yeah, Sony. I've changed to Sony about a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. And man, like,
I heard it's good though.
I love it. It's pricey. It's expensive, but it's worth it. You know, I love it. It shoots great. Definitely. But either way, I'm sorry. Going back. T3i or T2i, whatever the fuck I had, man, I did great things with it. You know, it had the swivel screen. It was directly targeted for video.
Yeah.
So definitely Canon. I always say Canon always has better lenses than they do cameras or bodies. You know what I mean? The 5D Mark IV or wherever they're at, or 6D, whatever they're at, that one's good. You know, that one actually shoots decent slow motion and all that. But by that time I was already in Sony, so I'm like, Sony's where it's at. So
if you want to sponsor us,
right, Sony,
or even Precision Camera,
right? Precision. Yeah, Precision, man. Anyways,
we should probably wrap up though. Wow, it's a good conversation. So where can we find you?
Social media. The main thing I don't know. I feel like I do a lot more like promo on like Instagram, like for certain artists, as far as like just giving it a more of a personal touch, I guess. For artists, like Instagram, I like just fucking wasting time, I guess, on Instagram sometimes. And so on Instagram, you can find me as everything's lowercase EL_HOSER. Or if you hashtag Najar Media, like a bunch of shit will pop up, because I try to always hashtag that. And NAJARMEDIA. And then on Facebook, again, Najar Media is the the main one, and I have my personal Facebook. And that's just I try to promote a little bit more on Najar Media. But yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh, let me pop. Okay, so we had these in the last show to celebrate. So now we got to pop these.
All right.
And probably do it not in front because we want it for like lower.
All right. 3,
all right. 2,
go.
1.
Oh, it was a good shot. It was a good shot, definitely.
Until next time. Thank you.
Peace.
Thanks for watching Fatal Overdose Podcast. Feel free to reach us at fatalpodcast@atx@gmail.com.